So the talk is about a FAR study in Indonesia, an observational cohort uh, to assess dengue cases. And our speaker is Dr. Madi Susila Utama. He's an internist from Udayama University, and the principal investigator of the AFAR study. So let's uh, listen. What is this AFAR study?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rosario, as the moderator in this webinar. Okay, I give many thanks for the Asia Dengue to give me to share our study, dengue study in Indonesian. This study as a part of the fire study, not dengue study only. This study was an observational cohort to assess acute febrile illness, not only the dengue cases. And then we will give information, the first about the fire study, what the infectious disease with the acute febrile illness was most common we find in the study. And the next session, we will more tell about the dengue cases that we find from this study. As we know, the fever is a common presenting symptoms among hospitalized patients. So, inadequate data on fever etiologies in the country can give significant implication for clinical management, antibiotic usage, and public health intervention. And the epidemiology of the acute febrile illness as a common cause of the hospitalization in Indonesian has not been systematically studied. Why so we make this study? This study was conducted by the Indonesian Research Partnership on Infectious Disease, we call INA Respond. This study conducted in 8 tertiary hospital for 3 years, 2013 until 2016. And then a fire study was acute fever requiring hospitalization. The objective of this study to identify the etiologies of the acute fever in hospitalized patients. Our study design, the study is prospective study and observational study. The inclusion criteria for this study, the first, the patient come to the hospital with the acute febrile illness, acute fever. That means acute fever below than 2 weeks, under than 2 weeks. And then the age of the participant over than 1 years old. We will exclusion the participant if the participant have chronic fever more than 2 weeks and history of the hospitalized within 3 months before. And when enrollment of the participant, we have searching clinical data for participant, and we collect the specimen for blood culture, every participant, and repository the blood and other specimens when available, based on clinical judgment and standard of care in the hospital. Diagnostic standard of care of the patient, of the participant, for dengue by NS1 antigen or antibody, typhoid by antibody, and leptospirosis 2. And all of the participants, we will follow the next visit between the 14 until 28 days, and we collect the clinical data, still paper or not, and also we still collect the specimen of blood. And the last, after 3 months visits, we followed the participant and we collect the blood specimen, also the clinical data. This is the end of the study. But if the participant, if related symptom persists, we still follow until 1 year of the study from the first time study. They study at 8 hospitals in the 7 largest cities from 2013 until 2016. The cities are like the Jakarta, Surabaya, Semarang, Yogyakarta, Denpasar, and Makassar. We can enroll until 1,486 subjects with the age over than 1 year old with the acute fever over than or 38 degrees Celsius. And then the blood culture for every participants were mandatory for all the participants. While culture of the other biological specimens, microscopic examination, and rapid test for specific pathogen were based on clinical judgment in the site and availability of the examination. The next, retrospectively, we perform molecular testing and serological testing for a panel of the bacterial and viral pathogens for systemic, respiratory, and diarrheal disease. The study enrollment was closed at participant until 1,486. From the all the subject with enrolled in the study, we can identify the etiology of the acute febrile illness until 67.5%, 1,003 participants. We can identify etiology of the acute febrile illness, but 31% we still didn't find the etiology, unidentified etiology. Clinical diagnosis not corroborated by inner response labs, because in the last, the inner response lab will check the serological and molecular tests, dengue fever, typhoid fever, leptospirosis, and measles. This is the result of the FIRE study. You can see in this table. The first dengue infection is the first until 467 participants, followed by the Salmonella, Rickettsia, influenza, Leptospira, Chikungunya, E. coli, Streptococcus pneumonia, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, multiple pathogen. And if we see the table, we can see more commons. We find this participant with the dengue fever on middle age and male, more common. So the variety of microbiological etiologies of the febrile including 6 pathogens of particularly high prevalence. The first, dengue virus until 47%, Salmonella typhi or Para-TB 10%, Rickettsia typhi 10%, influenza 7%, Leptospira 5%, Chikungunya only 4%. You can maybe read in the Journal of the Close Neglected Tropical Disease. Our research already published in last year, 2020. And then from a FIRE study, we learned about the dengue infection is the first etiology of the acute febrile illness that requiring hospitalization in a tertiary hospital in Indonesia. The first, all participants of subject were screened for the dengue infection. And then after dengue screening, we use the IgM and IgG ELISA acute and convalescence, too. And we do the PCR sequencing and NS1 antigen by ELISA. And then what the results? We find the dengue infection until 32% had confirmed infection as the cause of the acute fever, 468. And for the non-dengue, we continue the testing for other pathogen. This is the study that confirmed that diagnosis accuracy from the site So very high the accuracy. But we still find the diagnosis discrepancy occur. This is the most evaluated challenge in our dengue diagnosis. This is we see the first hospital diagnosis dengue already matched with the reference labs in INA-RESPOND laboratorium. But the next 10 participants, hospital dengue and other pathogen, what the other pathogen like this, Salmonella typhi, Toxoplasma and the other. And the next hospital diagnosis non-dengue in the site, but in our reference lab and in a response, we find dengue. And the second one, and the last, hospital dengue unmatched with the reference labs. That hospital diagnosis non-dengue, that's in our reference lab have dengue. The first, typhoid fever. Typhoid fever most commonly diagnosis in the site that not evidence of for the typhoid fever, and we can make lab examination and reference lab that dengue infection. Other undifferentiated fever, viral infection, UTI, and the others. For the hospital dengue unmatched with the reference lab, mostly we find Rickettsia typhi until 20 participants, chikungunya, leptospira, and Salmonella typhi. That's in the site diagnosis dengue. So in the reference lab, confirmed by Rickettsia typhi, chikungunya, leptospira, and Salmonella typhi, and the others. That means we must evaluate dengue diagnosis. This is our challenge. And then a fire study that's already confirmed that dengue was the most prevalent. If we see this table, this picture, we can see the proportion of acute dengue infection within acute fever cases. The dengue viral infection in our study, we find every year, always find. From starting study July 2013 until finish of the study on June 2016. In this picture, we can see the dengue cases in our study commons we find on the January, February, and March. In this every years, January, February, and March every years may be related to the rain season and more. And then this is the site of our study, Jakarta. This is in the red secondary infection, and blue, this is the primary infection. In all of the site of the study, all of the study site report that the secondary infection was dominantly until 85%. The primary infection of the dengue in this study only 15%. All of the site. And then the next, we also learn about the serotype in our study. Serotype distribution in our study of dengue virus, from all of the site, we find all of the serotype, but the mostly serotype dominantly DEN1 and DEN3. Maybe we can see in Denpasar, we found mostly DEN1, and in Makassar, in Bandung, Semarang, and the others, mostly DEN3. Every site report all of the serotype, but predominantly DEN3 and DEN1. And then the next question, how about the clinical severity in our study? In our study, mostly the fever, the dengue fever, not severe. Commonly, dengue hemorrhagic fever, grade 1 and 2, followed by the dengue fever, and only 11 cases or 2.3% with dengue hemorrhagic fever grade 3 and 4, dengue shock syndrome, and atypical manifestation, commonly mild. And then the severe cases were more common in the secondary infection than primary infection. Like the theoretical, we know that secondary infection mostly severe cases. And then how about the mortality, the dengue infection in our study? The mortality due to dengue low, only 3 cases was died, or 0.6%. And then serotype, type of infection and severity, and this table, we can see the severe cases, dengue, hemorrhagic fever grade 3 and 4, encephalitis, atypical manifestation, more common in the secondary infection, 2.8%, compared to primary infection. We don't find cases severe cases dengue in primary infection. With the statistic, the p-value 0.16. And then all the 11 severe cases are associated with serotype then 1 or then 3, 4%. And none of the severe cases of them with then 2 and then 4. And then we learn about the genotype analysis of the serotype of viral, then 1, then 2, and then 3, and then 4. Genotype of the viral, then 1, most common genotype 1 and genotype 4. And then 2 virals from genotype analysis, commonly cosmopolitan genotype, and then for then 3, commonly genotype 1, and then 4, genotype 2. We already have the mutation also in our study of the viral 2, and then all of the our study, maybe you can more learn in our study in the journal already published, and plus neglected tropical disease 2, that our conclusion in the research article in the journal, diagnostic accuracy at clinical site merits optimization. We must optimization of the accuracy diagnosis. And then the clinician should consider following diagnostic algorithm that include dengue viral infection confirmatory testing. We must confirm the dengue infection. And then the last, policymakers should prioritize the development of the lab capacity for diagnosis of the dengue virus. As our conclusion and recommendation for this presentation is our study, the first dengue infection is the most important cause of patient hospitalized with the acute fever from a major hospital in Indonesia. The accuracy of the dengue diagnosis was very high. However, there were a significant number of under and over diagnoses leading to inappropriate treatment. So we must increase the accuracy of diagnosis. The third, rapid diagnostic tests for dengue and other infectious disease should be validated. And the last, severe cases are more common in the secondary infection compared to primary infection. As acknowledgement, we thanks for all the participants in this study, a fire team from the Cipto Mangunkusumo Hospital, Sulianti Saroso, Hasan Sadikin Hospital, Wahidin Hospital, Sarjito Sutomo Karyadi, and Sanglah Hospital. Also for a fire principal and co-principal investigator, Professor Husin Gasim, Professor Emiliana, Dr. Bahti, Secretariat INARESPON from the laboratory, Dr. Dewi Lokida, and member of the INARESPON, in a response, chairs Dr. Karyana, and also the clinical research of NIH division, Clifford Lane, Chun Yen, and the others. Okay, thank you for opportunity for sharing our study dengue in Indonesian. Thank you, Dr. Rosario.